Welcome to NPS Online Teaching System. Step 1. Starting position: lie in a supine, on your back, position on a mat with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor and heels 12 to 18 inches from your tailbone. Step 2. Place your hands behind your head, squeezing your scapulae, shoulder blades, together and pulling your elbows back without arching your low back. This elbow position should be maintained throughout the exercise. Align your head with your spine, but allow it to move into slight flexion, moving the chin towards the chest, during the upward phase of the exercise. Step 3. Upward phase: exhale, contract your abdominal and core muscles and flex your chin slightly towards your chest while slowly curling your torso towards your thighs. The movement should focus on pulling your rib cage towards your pelvis. The neck stays relaxed while the chin is tucked towards the neck. Your feet, tailbone and lower back should remain in contact with the mat at all times. Continue curling up until your upper back is lifted off the mat. Hold this position briefly. Step 4. Downward phase: gently inhale and slowly uncurl, lower your torso back towards the mat in a controlled fashion, keeping your feet, tailbone and low back in contact with the mat. Proper form is important for this exercise to prevent excessive stress on your low back. Individuals usually perform this movement too rapidly and recruit the hip flexors to assist with the upward phase. This technique tilts the pelvis anteriorly, increasing the stress on the low back and should be avoided. The abdominals connect the rib cage to the pelvis, so the movement should focus on bringing these two body parts closer together while keeping the neck and shoulders relaxed. Step 1. Starting position: stand with your feet together. Depress and retract your scapulae, pull your shoulders down and back, without arching your low back, and brace. Engage your abdominal/core muscles, to stiffen your spine. Step 2. In preparation to step forward, slowly lift one foot off the floor, stabilizing your body on the stance, supporting leg. Avoid any sideways tilting or swaying in your upper body and try not to move the stance, supporting foot. Hold this position momentarily before stepping forward. The raised, swing, leg should initiate contact with the heel strike first, slowly transferring your body weight into the leading, forward, foot placed firmly on the floor. As you load into this leg, avoid any sideways tilting or swaying in your upper body and try not to move the stance, supporting foot. Step 3. As you lunge forward, focus more on dropping your hips towards the floor rather than driving your hips forward. This will help control the amount of forward movement of your shinbone, forward tibia translation, over your foot. Continue lowering your body to a comfortable position or until your front thigh becomes parallel with the floor and your tibia, shinbone, is in a slight forward lean. While lunging, simultaneously, bend forward at your hips, maintaining a flat back. Step 4. Firmly push off with your front leg, activating both your quads and glutes, thighs and butt muscles, to return to your upright, starting position. We suggest you first learn how to perform single leg stands on the ground before performing this forward lunge. Once you master the forward lunge, you can progress to doing a lunge using arm drivers and multi-directional glute activation lunges. Step 1. Starting position: stand with your feet parallel facing forward and hip width apart. Position your hands where comfortable to help you maintain your balance during the exercise. Stiffen your torso by contracting your core and abdominal muscles, bracing. Keep your head facing slightly upwards and shift your weight onto your heels. Step 2. Inhale and gently unload your right leg, slowly stepping to the right while keeping your weight over your heels and both feet facing forward. Once your right foot is firmly placed on the floor, bend at the hips, pushing them backwards while simultaneously shifting your weight towards the right foot. Continue shifting your weight over the right foot until your tibia, shinbone, is vertical to the floor and your right knee is aligned directly over the second toe of your right foot. Your left leg should be near or at full extension at the knee, and your body weight should still be distributed into the right hip. The heels of both feet should stay flat on the floor. Keep your left foot flat on the floor as you allow your weight to shift into your right hip and alternate. Feel free to position your arms where necessary to help maintain your balance. Reaching for your right foot with your left hand will emphasize hip flexion. Alternate with the right hand reaching for the left foot. Step 3. Exhale and push off firmly with your right leg, returning your body to your starting position. Repeat the movement for the opposite side. A common mistake when performing a side lunge is that individuals often step too wide and are unable to align the tibia, shinbone, over the placed foot, and the knee falls inside the foot. In this case, simply shorten the width of the step taken to allow you to align the tibia over the placed foot. Jumping jack. Jumping jacks are an efficient total body workout that you can do almost anywhere. This exercise is part of what's called plyometric, or jump training. Plyometric is a combination of aerobic exercise and resistance work. This type of exercise works your heart, lungs, and muscles at the same time. Squat. The squat is a dynamic strength training exercise that requires several muscles in your upper and lower body to work together simultaneously. Many of these muscles help power you through daily tasks such as walking, climbing stairs, bending, or carrying heavy loads. They also help you perform athletic-related activities. Adding squats to your workouts can help boost your exercise performance, decrease your risk of injury, and keep you moving more easily throughout the day. But these are just a few of the benefits. Steps. Start with your feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Keep your chest up, engage your abdominals, and shift your weight onto your heels as you push your hips back into a sitting position. Lower your hips until your thighs are parallel or almost parallel to the floor. You should feel the squat in your thighs and glutes. Pause with your knees over, but not beyond, your toes. Exhale and push back up to the starting position.